And good afternoon. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday, April 22nd. I'm at the corner of Broadway and Myrtle, right next to Wyndham Park in West Cape May. And I just concluded a ride over through Cape May from North Cape May, and consistent with what I always do, I'm going to record the ride back to North Cape May. Another sort of phenomenon that's happening down here, which again is no different from what's happening pretty much everywhere, is that real estate prices down here are skyrocketing. And I guess that's welcome news to all homeowners down here, but I will say that my wife and I, for the longest time that we owned our home here, its value was lower and significantly lower than what we paid for it. We purchased in February of 2008, and we thought that the market had started to correct and we were buying at a good time, but prices continued to fall, and it's only been in the last, I would say the last 12 months to 18 months that the value of our home has gone up to surpass what we paid for it. But it's frankly crazy what some of these homes are selling for down here now. I have close friends that are looking to buy a home right now in Ocean City, and they are putting bids in and losing bids to people where they're putting in bids for more than the asking price, and they're being outbid, significantly outbid. And they're putting in bids. Well, the home they're looking at now is just under $1 million, and it's a condo. It's a first-story condo. And it's not on the beach. It's about 7 blocks from the beach. It's hard not to feel that this housing bubble is going to burst soon. And I think I mentioned many times before, or at least I did, at least once when I started resurrecting this channel, my wife and I did not buy the home here as an investment, so I never really worried about the fact that the market price had declined from what we paid for it, nor do I take any satisfaction from the fact that it's now above what we paid for it, because I don't intend to sell. But I guess I would be lying if I didn't say it's more comforting to know that the home is worth more than what we paid for it. it's nice to see the trees starting to bloom. Forsythias have been in bloom, daffodils have been in bloom. In fact, we have some bushes on the side of our home that sort of runs along the property line between our home and our next door neighbor, and they're bridal wreaths. And the bridal wreaths are in bloom now, and that's always a sign when the bridal wreaths bloom, the drumfish are running. And they just started to bloom, so I would say in the next 2 weeks, the drum will start running in the Delaware Bay. And when that happens, you go along the bay and you look out, and there are literally hundreds of small boats out there, trying to catch some drum. I guess another thing that I'll mention, since I have been away for a few months, celebrated my 66th birthday 2 days ago. And I mention that because my wife is telling me that it's time to stop riding the Ninja. She believes, well, my wife believes riding a Ninja at any time, at any age, is crazy. But she thinks it's especially crazy for a 66-year-old out-of-shape man to be riding around on a Ninja 650R. But I don't think I really ride this bike the way sports bikes are made to be ridden. I don't get out on the Garden State Parkway and go excessive speeds. I pretty much, I'd say about 75% or more of the time that I'm riding this bike, I'm doing 25 miles an hour or less. And the other portion of the time I'm doing like 35 or 40. But it's nice to see the leaves coming back on the trees and getting out on the bike in the middle of the day, and it's 65 degrees and nice. And obviously I'm going to go down to the bay. Obvious to anyone who's viewed my rides in the past. I'm going to go down to the bay and then ride along the bay before I end the video. Now over there where I'm looking is where you would see hundreds of small boats, and I'll take a ride and record that in a week or two, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, I was out here this morning, and there was not a single whitecap visible in the bay, and there are a few whitecaps now. So it's a little bit more windy than it was earlier today, but it's warmer. You probably can't see this on the video, but there's a ferry departing, and there's a ferry way off in the distance on its way returning to Cape May. Another construction there. Harpoons on the Bay opened earlier this week for the season. That's actually a departing ferry. I think I said that. Anyway, I'm going to turn on Franklin, I think, and go up to Franklin and Indian, which is a former residence of another viewer with the name Old Yeller. At least I think it was Franklin and Indian. And I'll stop this video at that point. Back, obviously, in North Cape May right now. There's some new construction there. In fact, just in the past couple of months, a home right across the street from the residence I'm referring to, also at Franklin and Indian, the old home was razed and a brand new two-story construction was built. So this is, I believe, the former home of Old Yeller. This is the corner of Franklin and Indian, and that home is brand new, as you can tell. So anyway, that's about it. I'll go home and post this video and the one that I just made riding around Cape May. And now that the weather has broken, I expect to be back out on the bike more regularly and revisit some of the other communities like Cape May Point, the Villas, Town Bank, Wildwood, so forth. So thanks for watching, and take care.